How many colors can you put on a plane? BH Air? Yes. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Tupolev TU-154M of BH Air. At the front of the box we have a lovely image of the aircraft in real life, and underneath that we find the BH Air branding. Then on the back side of the box we have the same image once more. We are given the original dimensions of the aircraft and some additional information. So that's it for the box. Let's take a closer look inside and at the aircraft model itself. And here she is, the Tupolev 154M at the time this aircraft was still in active service, standard livery of Balkan Holidays or BH Air. The model itself is from Herpa Wings and was produced in 2005. So with that, let us start our tour around the aircraft model to see what it actually has to offer. And as always, we start around the tail section where we on the vertical stabilizer will have some blue coloring and not much more. And then of course prominently displayed on top of the vertical stabilizer we have the horizontal stabilizer, which I think Herpa has actually done a pretty decent job with in replicating. Then on the engine nacelle centered on top of the fuselage we have the full registration code of the aircraft. The engine nacelles have been given the silver leading edge, but don't have any other printed details here. From the backside I would say the outer engines could look a little bit better, but when we look into them from the front we can just about see the engine fan blades. Of course the center engine, or the engine on top of the fuselage, does not have that feature, but as we've learned that is correct because the fan blades were mounted much deeper inside the engine that you couldn't see them from the front, but the shape is rather rounded and should be more egg-shaped. However, the exhaust on the backside I think is actually pretty well done from Herpa Wings. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage we then have the writing of Balkan Holidays. The cockpit section itself, I do quite like the mold, but when it comes to printed details, well, we have the windows, the cockpit windows in this rather unique cockpit window configuration of the Tupolev 154, but I guess since Herpa splashed the cash on all the colors, there just wasn't any budget left for anything else, not even window wipers. On the fuselage, just above the wings, we have the emergency exits printed on, which leads us straight to the wings, which we should also take a closer look at. Starting over the top side where we can see across the wings, we have the full registration code printed on. We also have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. Also the underside again displays the full registration code across the wings, and also these massive pylons which are so big because they do house the landing gear, and that of course we should also look at, and I think Herpa has actually done a pretty decent job with that, at least when we consider the physical detailing. Of course there are no prints anywhere to be found here as well. And then last but not least we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here, hidden a little bit behind the wing in the back of the aircraft, and also here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Tupolev 154M in the, at the time this aircraft was in service, standard livery of BH Air from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, to be honest, the bar isn't that high. I mean, yes, the model is not terrible, but it doesn't offer very much, to be honest. I mean, yes, the print quality itself is of a high standard and the physical detailing is also good. The livery, I mean, I guess that's a question of personal taste. For me, honestly speaking, it's rather ugly, but I know there will be people that really like it, and that's just fine. But when we go beyond the livery, and beyond that it is a Tupolev, there really isn't that much to find here, which is a shame. So while this model might not be subpar for a 2005 Herpa Wings release, I do believe that you very easily could find better aircraft models out there. Now with that we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated, and of course if you're new around here, why not hit subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. With that I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, hope to see you soon again, I'm checking out, and bye.